Alright guys, today we're gonna do a very special review in my... what the heck? Today we're gonna do a very special review in my Star Trek collection. Today we're gonna view two ships that are exactly the same. But it's cool because they're exactly the same. If that makes any sense. Which it will after you see this. Today we're gonna review the USS Saratoga, the bitch of Starfleet, and the USS Reliant. Alright, these are from, and I got this information wrong from the last video. These were in a 6-pack from Costco. A 6-pack from Costco. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Warehouse exclusive. And that came from, and I got this, I even got the brother's name wrong. A guy I'm subscribed to, and he subscribed to me. New Time Traveler Hyman 88. I apologize for getting your name wrong. I hate when I get people's names wrong. So, check his channel out. He's a pretty nice guy. And, so, he knows his Star Trek. Trust me. That guy's pretty keen on his Star Trek. More keen than I, obviously. So, here we got the Saratoga and the Reliant. I've had the Reliant when it first came out back in 2009. I think that's when it came out. But I had it while I bought it at retail. And you're probably thinking, Chairman Fields, those are exactly the same ships. They are, but different names. You know, you can have different ships with different names. You know, I have a Camaro, you have a Camaro, I have a Mustang, you have a Mustang. You know, but, so it's cool. And, pretty nice. This is con ship from the Reliant. So it's really nice. And the Saratoga, the bitch Starfleet. I call that the bitch of Starfleet because if anything happens wrong to a ship, it happens to the Saratoga. Let's read the bio, and it's not much of a bio. It says USS Saratoga, NCC 1867. It says the Miranda-class starship was patrolling the neutral zone when it was disabled by alien space probe of unknown origins. This is from Star Trek 4. The USS Saratoga was modeled after the USS Reliant. Con ship. You know, which he took over. It's not his ship. He just commandeered it. Star Trek 2, by the way. And Space Alien Probe, Star Trek 4. The Saratoga's registry at times has been incorrectly referred to as NCC 1937. Okay, thanks for pointing that out. So, I don't know what that really means, why they would just throw that in there. And then this wave, NCC, oh, the Enterprise D, which I won't get. The refit Enterprise, which I might get. I've seen some pictures online, it looks pretty bad, the wonky engines and all that. This is a re-release that's coming out. The Reliant, which I have, which we'll also review. And the Bird of Prey, which I would like to have eventually, but maybe not. It's not a priority. Alright, we'll be right back. We'll take the Saratoga, and we'll look at the Reliant together. After. Alright, before we start on these reviews, I would just like to thank my sponsors. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm just glad I have the sponsor. I just want to thank Depends, taking care of your business so you don't have to. Alright, so here we have the Saratoga and the USS Reliant. All CM ships. And, you know, the backstory of Reliant, you know, watch Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, probably one of the best Star Trek movies out there. And Reliant versus the Enterprise. Genesis. It's all good. So I'm not going to get into all that. I don't even have the box anymore of that, because I bought this some time ago. Alright, so this is obviously from Star Trek 4, and I think on Memory Alpha, on that website, it says the Saratoga's name is like 1887. So there's some discrepancies with these whole numbers. That's with any Star Trek, pretty much. You know, if it's not the Enterprise, the numbers change. There's nothing really official, but, you know, there's a screenshot. It could be a 8, it could be a 6. Who knows? I'm just happy we have this. And there was another Miranda class starship, same as, you know, this here, but that was registered NCC 31911, and that's what on DS9, Deep Space Nine, that's what ship Cisco was on when the Borg attack Wolf 359, which his wife died. Eventually leads up to the, that's all in the first episode of DS9, which is a okay show, which it had so much potential, but I don't know. I'm not going to get into that right now, but, you know, I try to watch it. I like some of the episodes, but yeah, see, Memory Alpha says 1887. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, the StarTrek.com database says 1937. So that number is the second to the last number is some controversy. But hey, Hot Wheels said 1867. So it's all good. So if you look, let's see if I can zoom in more. See, obviously you can see some differences already. There's a nice red line around this gray part, which I don't have here. This almost looks like it's a darker red or something, but it's cool. I like how they gave us a variety of. They gave us two different ships. You know, they didn't have to give us the Saratoga, but they did. So it would be nice if we had other starships, because I would buy them. Can you imagine having a whole fleet of these? That would be awesome. Is this nicely detailed on this ship? And it says Saratoga. See, it says Saratoga right there. We'll just use Trident staff to point some of these things at. It says Saratoga right there, which is cool. The shuttle bays. No wonky engines. It's really nice. They're nice and straight. And this is the aft torpedoes. It'd be cool if they painted these black, which I could, but I don't want to take the chance of messing it up. So, impulse engines, obviously, like I said. Turn this around. So, if I remember right, these were the phaser banks, the bridge, forward photon torpedoes. As you can tell, there is no deflector dish. You know, how do they not get, when they're at warp speed, how do they prevent things from hitting them? You know, it's weird. I always thought this was a weird ship. You know, because there's no big deflector dish for sensors or anything. From different Star Trek websites, it says that this is set up different than the Enterprise, because this has a deflector dish on the bottom, that little circular part there. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this prevents things hitting the ship at warp speed. Well, from different websites, and I don't want to get all Trek geeky on you, due to the shields and the warp engines, it prevents, things, debris hitting it at warp speed. Also on different websites, it says that the deflector dish is built inside this part right here, and that's why there's no windows right there. So, but they just, it's different. It has a panel over it. So, you could go with either way. The shield theory, or did the deflector dish cover it up? I'd probably go with the deflector dish covered up. It makes sense, You would think that would be an easy target. Knock it out. This is inside. Well, I guess it'd still be easy target. You just shoot it. Let's look at the understand. Comes with the typical Star Trek stand. Very nice. Blue, black, Star Trek symbol. Here is the underside. It's cool. It says Saratoga, the whole number, and nice racing pendant on the side, and it says this, it says the name and the whole number here, and on top of here. And same with the Reliant, exactly the same thing, no difference in between them. Alright, very popular segment on the show. This is the USS Saratoga looking out the window. And here is the USS Reliant looking out the window. Alright, we're back. Here is size comparison with the different starships. I would definitely think that the Miranda class ships here that we're reviewing, they're definitely in scale with these smaller ships. If you look on the size charts online, it shows that the Miranda class is longer, so it's cool. I can't remember how many crew member they had, but I always liked this ship. I thought it was just, when it was battling Kirk and the Reliant was battling Kirk in Star Trek II, it was just a cool looking ship. Even Chekhov was the first officer on this ship. I think the captain was Captain Terrell. Alright, it's been a while since I saw Star Trek II, but it's cool. I was thinking, oh, so man, why don't they should make like the Yorktown or the Lexington or the Hood? I would buy that, Hot Wheels. I would buy that. And make the Columbia. I would buy that. I would buy that, Hot Wheels. Alright, we're back. So here is the size comparison with the Enterprise D. I would think this is in pretty good scale. Like we were talking about in the other videos and MJK Toys' video, that, yeah, I would think this is pretty close to being on scale with the Enterprise D. So it's cool. In that episode of The Next Generation, I think it was called Cause and Effect, where there was another type of Reliant class ship. It was the Reliant model, just dressed up with extra sensors arrays on top and all that. They call it Soyuz class, and which it's possible that in the Navy they have, like when I was in, they had the let's say example Esperance class destroyers. Man, gosh, it's been so long. And then eventually those destroyers branched off into a different Kid class destroyer. So I could see that happening. So this ship came around in a time anomaly or spatial anomaly and just hit the engines. They hit it and the Enterprise blew up, but they were caught in a time loop, so it just kept on happening over and over and over again until they eventually figured out what was going on. But it was like watching the movie Groundhog's Day with Star Trek. So it just came around, maybe more like this, maybe more like this, and but that ship looks a little bit longer. Maybe because it's a different class, but it's based off this Miranda class. So how would I rate this? Good job, Hot Wheels. Needs improvement, Hot Wheels, or dog a vomit? I definitely have to say, good job, Hot Wheels. I mean, to give us a different ship with a different name, yeah, that might seem kind of cheesy to you, but for me being in the military, because there's same looking ship, but they're all different names. This is cool. I love this. I wish they would do this more. I would love to have a fleet of starships, with different names. I don't need the Enterprise over and over again. I want the, Miranda class, 5 or 6 of them, and maybe 5 or 6 of these, Constitution class, fighting against, that's the good thing about the Bird of Prey. You can get as many of those as you want, and you can have, because there's no names on those. But would you want the Saratoga, the bitch of the Starfleet, because something bad's always happened to it in every Star Trek show, every time they bring up that name, or the Reliant? I'd probably find the Reliant first, because, Star Trek II was a very good movie. And then maybe the Saratoga. You can pretend that's your ship, the Saratoga. You could be captain of the Saratoga. The bitch of Starfleet. You would be. So, yeah, definitely go get it if you can find it. I don't think these are for re-release. I hope they will be with different names. But, man, I think Hot Wheels or whoever Diamond Select is missing the boat by not release another names on these ships. I would have, you know, on these Galaxy class, I would love to have the Yamato or the USS Galaxy. I think they mentioned on Deep Space Nine there was a Galaxy class ship called the Odyssey. You know, or it'd be cool if you could just make your own name somehow. You know, you just, you know, give them $15 and they send you the decals to, you know, like the USS Thunderchild from the War of the Worlds. That would be a cool name for a ship. Please make more of these with different names. Come on, you're missing the boat. Anyway, so that's my review of these Star Trek ships, and hopefully there might be one more, maybe later down the road. We shall see. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. And my next review will be